Hey my friends, welcome to another Lissa video. Sorry it's been a little bit since I've made some videos, but I'm getting back on that. Now I've just had a lot of stuff going on in my life. Really super busy with photos and some other things, but I'm back on the videos. I'm going to be doing them more often. Again, if you have any ideas for topics that you'd like me to address, I'm going to be doing a skincare video, hair care video, lots more recipe videos coming up, so watch for those. I wanted to do something called Vlogist, which I tagged. I know it's a lame name, but it's I wanted to do a new video every single day for the month of August, and I know it's already 3 days in, but I want to start now and try at least to get a daily video out for you guys if I can. I am going to Costa Rica at the end of this month to spend a little bit of time with Jack from Raw Tropical Living. You can find his channel in the description below, so go head on over there and check him out. We're going to be doing some recipe videos together, some interviews, and checking out the area because I want to do a raw vegan yoga retreat with my friend Trina somewhere in Costa Rica next year at some point. So I'm going down to check things out with him, and we're going to plan something. So I hope you guys stick around and watch my channel for those, because I'm going to be posting videos, maybe not while I'm down there, but follow me on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. You can watch all my snaps while I'm down there. I'll be snapping a lot, so go head on over there and check that out. Anyways, let's get started with this video. I want to talk about food prep, because a lot of people message me and say, is it not so time consuming to be a raw vegan? And actually, for me, it's not. And the thing is that most people who are coming from a standard American diet already have the fast, easy to prepare stuff down, because they're just throwing pizza in the oven or going out for a sandwich, or if they make their own, it's super fast. And if they're not doing the home cooked meal, any diet that you are on, whether it's raw vegan, regular cooked vegan, or even the traditional foods like pierogies and lasagna and roast beef and things like that, or like a lot of recipes that you make. I was talking to a friend the other day, and she was telling me how she bought this new slow cooker because it takes like 15 minutes off her cooking time. But she still spends 45 minutes making dinner, sometimes an hour. So it's not really like it speeds up the process. It does a little bit, but you're always going to be spending time in the kitchen. If you're making home cooked meals, raw or not, vegan or not, you're still going to be spending a lot of time in prep. So compared to a home cooked meal, there are a few differences, but when everything's balanced out, pros and cons, really it doesn't matter. It's basically how much time are you willing to spend on yourself to do these things. I wanted to address two biggest issues when it comes to thinking about the time that's needed as a raw vegan, that I find that people get blocks towards when they hear it. For example, if you want to make, say, my raw vegan chili, description below has the recipe for that. If you want to make the sour cream for that, you have to soak your cashews about 5 hours in advance. Now, if you didn't know that, if you hadn't read the recipe and you just wanted to make the chili randomly one day, you're going to look at the recipe and think, oh, well, now it takes 5 hours to soak the nuts. We don't clue into the fact that it really only takes 5 seconds to throw cashews in water, either first thing in the morning before you leave for work, or at lunchtime if you're home, you can throw them in there so they're soaked and ready for dinner. We see the word 5 hours and our brain automatically thinks, oh my God, that's time consuming, or oh my God, I forgot to do it, or oh my God, I had to do it before. So we automatically start to think it's super time consuming because of all of this, when in reality, all you have to do is remember to soak your nuts beforehand, and then they're ready for the recipe. And really, the sour cream takes a whole minute and a half to make, and then chill it in the fridge for a couple hours while you're watching TV or whatever. It really, really, really is quite simple. The other thing that people feel is really time consuming as a raw vegan is sprouting nuts. I mean, not nuts, sprouting seeds. I have French lentils right here that I am sprouting right now. Basically, the entire process to sprout seeds and peas and beans literally takes like maybe 15 seconds a day, if that. The first night you soak them overnight in water, and then the next couple of days, all you do is rinse them as many times as you can remember. And it doesn't matter, like a lot of people think that they have to, you know, rinse them at certain hours during the day and then they have to work and all of this. It doesn't matter, because all you have to do is rinse them as soon as you wake up, before you leave for work or whatever, when you get home from work, and then maybe in the evening while you're making dinner, and then maybe before bed. It really, again, it comes down to remembering to do these things. We forget to do these things, and then they feel like they're time consuming because you forgot. A key to that, to solving that issue, is to set alerts on your phone if you want to remind you to soak your beans, or soak your nuts if you're making a recipe with nuts in them. You can do that too. It really is just perception and remembering and knowing that, you know, these things really don't take a lot of time. It's just remembering to do them. And we forget to do them because it's not part of our routine. But once it becomes part of our routine, it becomes second nature, and then you don't really think about it. It's kind of like, you know, taking chicken out of the freezer to thaw if you're going to make something with that. There are always things that you need to do no matter what kind of diet that you're on. You're going to be dealing with prep, and that's just a fact of making food. You just have to. Chopping vegetables, yes, takes longer as a raw vegan, but there are plenty of little gadgets that you can get. I have like this slap chopper that chops things super fast into little cubes when I'm making my chili. It literally doesn't even take like half the time that it used to. You can get like julienne peelers. You can use a spiralizer. It takes me like 30 seconds to spiralize a zucchini. It really doesn't take a lot of time. You just have to actually do it. And yes, if you get the equipment, it helps. But again, it depends on how much time you're willing to spend for yourself. The other thing that people think that might take so much more time is the dehydrator. Yes, the dehydrator does take more time than an oven, but you're not standing there waiting for it. You maybe have to plan a little bit early. If you're going to make the chili, if you want it to be ready for 8 o'clock, maybe start it at 6 o'clock or whatever. I typically eat late. I know some people don't think that's good, but I don't mind. It doesn't seem to bother me. So, you know, I'll start dinner, say around 5, 6, and sometimes it's ready at 8. Or if I'm just making a salad, literally my salads take me maybe 10 minutes to make. 45 seconds, make my dressing, and the rest of the time is just vegetable chopping. So it was really fast to make my salads. If I'm strapped for time, I just make a salad. But if I want to make something really nice, and this goes for, again, if you're on any diet, you're going to spend time in the kitchen making nice things like lasagna, like pizza, like if you're making anything homemade like that, pierogies, even talk about Thanksgiving dinner. If you're making a turkey and the stuffing and the pies and everything, you have to make sure everything's ready on time and all of that. That's stressful and time consuming as well. So if you're, you know, maybe having a raw vegan Thanksgiving where you're making a lot of other stuff too, it's still going to take the same amount of time, maybe even less if you're just making raw food. You don't have to wait for things to cook. So it is perception. And I'm not talking about fast food. Fast food is totally different, because you're never going to get fast food as, you know, a raw vegan or whatever, unless you're just eating fruit, which I wanted to bring up at the end of this video as a time-saving option, is to just eat fruit and veggies. When I was in the car the other day driving to Jasper, I was just eating cucumbers in the car, just like the way they were. I was just eating them. Tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, nectarines, peaches, blueberries out of the carton. Like really, I was just eating fruit the way it was. I didn't even have to cut anything. And that is the epitome of time saving, not time consuming. It's super time saving because you don't have to chop anything. You just eat the way nature made it. Bananas, smoothies are even really fast too. If you're strapped for time, just make a quick smoothie and drink that or take it with you or whatever. Two other saving tips is making everything pre-cut or buying pre-cut vegetables. Now, buying pre-cut vegetables does require a little extra cash because they are more expensive. You're paying someone else to do it. But the other tip is that you could even pre-cut a lot of your stuff. If you have a nice show on and you can stand in the kitchen, maybe chop up a bunch of stuff for later. You can stick them in containers if you want. Maybe pre-wash your lettuce. all that kind of stuff. There are things that you can do, and again, it doesn't matter what kind of a diet you're on, you're going to spend time doing prep work. So I hope this video helped somebody. I'm going to be making a lot more, again, as I said. So stay tuned for those. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and YouFood, all at Raw Food Romance. And again, on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. Follow me over there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go and make some more. So until the next one, guys, fruit on.